Hello YouTube, this is Retta. How are you guys today? I'm really procrastinating because I don't want to go out there and do yard work. And I gotta go do yard work. So I was like, hey, they've been requesting me to do a reading on Jerome Corsi. And I'm like, this is a perfect time to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna look at Jerome Corsi. I think there's a lot of controversy going on. I really don't know the ins and outs. As you guys know, I'm kind of ADD with some of these topics and stuff. Something will catch my attention, and I don't really, because this year I've said this year is about sensationalism and doing things to promote public opinion and stuff like that. That this year's energy is all about, you know, terroristic acts and, you know, scandals, and everything is for public opinion. So I'm not really, my energy isn't really like into, you know, everything. So I skim things catch my attention. I do have Retta's reading room. It's not for everybody. It's on Facebook, where we have a vast range of subjects that we talk about. It's not PC. It's not politically correct. Nothing is off limits. We talk about men, women, race, magic, elitism, esoteric, anything under the sun we talk about. And the room kind of has a life on its own. The only thing I expect in the room is that people, you know, respect one another. And no cursing and no cursing each other out and stuff like that. So it's called Retta's Reading Room on it's on Facebook. It's a closed group. You have to request to join. And Alice, my administrator, I love her very much. She's kind of in control of that. And you answer the questions, because we don't just let anybody in the room. We have a very good dynamics in there, and we don't like people to come in there upset, because we talk about subjects that will sometimes piss people off, and they get in their feelings, and it's just an open space to kind of share and explore different information. So, you know, you can agree. When, you know, we debate, we agree, we disagree, and that's perfectly fine. Some people, you know, can't handle it. I don't like the name calling or trying to, you know, trigger fights and stuff. No, but I think we're all adults. So if you are interested in that room, that's available. So this name, Jerome Corsi, that's how I keep up on my news and stuff like that. So, Jerome Corsi, my administrator, she's like, Retta, you gotta look into him. You gotta look into him. I guess there's something going on between, you know, Corsi has been on Alex Jones talking about Q has been compromised or something like that, and the community is up in arms. The for and the naysayers is up in arms. I did a reading on Alex Jones a few days ago that Alex Jones, you know, has no ill will feelings towards the group QAnon. He thinks everybody needs to come together and stand behind the president. So I want to see what Jerome Corsi is. So let's see. Let's see who Corsi is. Probably I'll use some charms too in this reading. So let's see. Jerome Corsi. Oh, Jerome Corsi is a Hierophant. So he is very much rules, regulations. I can see why he took a field in like Law and Order. I don't know if he was in one of those agencies. But I can see that. He likes structure. He likes things done a certain way. He likes a hierarchy. He doesn't like chaos. And if he does see chaos, he tries to understand it and make it into something more organized. And I can see that with this whole QAnon thing from the very beginning. His goal was to take the QAnon information and kind of layman's term it and figure it out, because he doesn't like the unknown. He likes things to be done a certain way. He likes to figure out things. That's how his mind works. And you also have to realize with the Hierophant is the temperance. So his moods can go up and down. Something can set him off. So, you know, frustration can set him off, you know, because he, you know, his emotions can go up and down on something. He can be hot one minute, cold the next. So, you know, that's just him. So let's just see in regards to Corsi, where he is now, and then we'll try to explore his relationship with, where is he at now? We'll try this and see how this works. Where is he at now? He's a visionary. He's a visionary. So he's a visionary. Remember I also, because this is the Queen of Cups. Remember I said his emotions, you know, play a key in things. You know, things can upset him if things aren't done a certain way and frustrate him and stuff. That's him, but he is a visionary. He is a visionary. So I don't really at this point see him as, and he's very like, you know, kind of spiritual. So I don't really see him right now at this point as where his mind is at. He has a vision. I don't really, he's a caretaker. He sees, he's a visionary. He sees how things are going. I can see how he wants to predict things, like when he gives a report and sees how things are going, and he tries to analyze and see where things are going. What's the cross to bear with him? There's two. Temptation. The cross to bear with his visionary and him being this person is unknown things. Also could be this mood, this ups and downs. Also, it's temptation, which is the devil card. So it's vices, ego, could be alcohol, could be ego, you know, could be some psych issues. Could be something in that aspect. So that's his burden to bear. His emotional ups and downs, because this queen is all about emotions too, and the moon rules emotions. So let's see, the underlying burden is security. He needs to feel secure. So he kind of withholds a lot of information. That can go with the moon too, of like keeping things secret. You know, he wants to protect himself too. So even though he is a so-called whistleblower and everything, he really needs to feel secure and protected. He needs to have his ducks in a row. Here's this, you know, how all this is very synchronized and in order. That's part of his birth card. He needs to feel, you know, very secure. This is also the card in the regular Rider-Waite is kind of like, you know, holding information, holding your money, selfishness sometimes, stuff like that. But on this one is more about security. So he keeps things close to his chest for security. And his main purpose, his burden is he only shares so much because he's worried about his own security, whether it be financial security or physical security. That's his main concern. You know, he can feel scared for his financial or his physical self. That's the bottom line. He does worry about his financial and physical self. Okay, in the past, very adventurous. He was very, very adventurous. He was a man of action. So he was someone that was a man of action in his past. And I don't know if that has to do with his work, what he did in the past. I can't remember what he did in the past in his work, but he was very adventurous. He's a man of action. So him being older now and kind of taking a seat would kind of frustrate him. And also it would interfere with his security because he's not the young man that could, you know, physically take care of himself like he once did. You know, he's getting older now. And this is his way of him being a whistleblower, him on Alex Jones, him having these different shows and stuff like that, talking. It has changed the way he has his adventure. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, what's on his mind is partnerships and relationships. Partnerships and relationships. And symbiotic relationships. That's what's on his mind. And he's very practical, you know. He wants to keep good relationships because good relationships are good for him. He's not in the business to try to really offend or piss anybody off or, you know, raise flags. So with him saying this QAnon thing, his intention, I think, well, we'll see how it goes. But, you know, he's being he's very practical. You know, he likes working relationships with work. And he's a man of, like, you know, he gets a job and he likes to get it done. Let me see what else. But there's many obstacles about in his place, you know, for him to get his job and some of his relationships. I think things have been put in place to kind of put some obstacles. Things aren't as peachy right now. He's having some troubles right now in his relationships and his ability to do business. There's some obstacles going on, and that's in his mind. He's trying to figure out how to, because he's a fixer too. Let me see. In the future, balance. He needs to learn to re-put things in balance. Friendships. There's another card. Intuition. So he needs to take heed to his intuition. It's the High Priestess. He needs to take heed to, he needs to balance things of what he says and what he does. And take heed into his intuition and also his work and relationships. Who he works with, who his friends are. He needs to be careful with that in the future. So even though there is some issues in regards to the moon, I think it's more psychological or maybe even some alcohol, but he is worried that that someone's going to damage himself or his physical self or his financial self. So, okay, let's see. In regards to, what is this in regards to him talking about QAnon? What was his motives in regards to him and his statement about QAnon? Let's see. Okay, so this is the King of Pentacles. He felt it was his job. You know, this is the King of Pentacles. He felt it was his job, that, you know, he's a protector. He's very practical and protecting. He feels like it was his job. His job to put things in some type of order. It was his job to put things in order. What is 17 in the tarot deck? My brain is like fried right now. So I'm trying to figure out what is 17 in the tarot deck. It says Cosmos. Why is my brain fried right now? Oh. And you know what? It will probably take me forever to figure it out. It's 19 as the sun. Is that the I wish I had a book right here. If I can't figure it out real quick, it's alright. Because it's saying the Cosmos. I never got that card before. Usually I have them right off the top of my head, but 21. It's not going to be easy. You know, I'll draw some things to, oh, it's the moon. No, that's not the moon. The Cosmos. I think it's the sun. Okay. Sorry. Alright. Okay. To bring forth information, he felt that he had to be the one to bring forth this new information. He knew he had to treat it carefully, and he knew he had to treat it carefully. What is the community in regards? What does the community think about his what he's talking about? It's very unknown. The community, you know, is very unknown and has disillusioned them in regards to what he says. Is he someone is he, what do they call them? Is he someone that's supposed to create? I don't see it, but I don't see that as in his personality. I mean, he has his vices and stuff like that, but everything else is pretty on the up and up. Was he brought in to cause discord in the community? Stagnation. Solitude. Was he brought in to bring stagnation? I think he was brought in. I think he was brought in to slow things down. To slow things down. And to have people follow him. So this is the Hermit. Stagnation means like to slow things down. It's like, you know, the movement's being stagnant. To slow things down. And to kind of, you know, isolate people, places, and things a little bit, and have people follow him like he has the light. And this is going forth on thoughts. So there is a plan. I like Jerome Corsi. It's a plan. It was a plan. It was a plan. In regards to, it says curious, but you know, it's the Princess of Pentacles. So she's one who kind of puts the plans together, and the Knight kind of go forth on them. So, you know, the plan and the thought process, and I think it was planned out. Yeah, it was planned out for this. So yeah, he did not necessarily, it's kind of his job to kind of slow things down. I didn't expect that. Yeah, here's the Hangman again. His job is to slow things down. That's his job. That's his job, is to slow things down and to decrease the power and the movement of what's going on. With this crown is upside down, this is the king. The crown upside down is to decrease the moment, the strength of it. And this is the path. You know, this is a path that was chosen. And yeah, he was. That surprised me. He is to kind of slow it down. Not so much disinformation, but to slow down the momentum and the power behind what's going on. His job is to slow it down and to give, you know, to make things stand still, to slower the movement, to kind of, I didn't realize that. So I would say, you know, he's not giving you disinformation, but there is an active, you know, he is been placed in there to kind of slow things down, to kind of slow things down. What is his intentions? He's been put. What is his intentions see, what is intentions in regards to Trump? Let's see. What is his real intentions in regards to the Trump? Values. I think he likes Trump. He's standing behind Trump. This is the Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, that is, he likes Trump. He is trying, even though he wants to slow the momentum of some things going on with Q and on with Trump, he wants to stay the course. They share the same values. He appreciates Trump. Yeah, he appreciates Trump's. He appreciates Trump. Yeah, he appreciates Trump. Very much so. He appreciates Trump. So, I don't see him doing anything wrong in regards to his ideas and stuff about Trump. But I do think that in regards to QAnon, what is his thoughts in regards to QAnon? Does he think that, what is his thoughts? Does he think it's a good or a bad thing? What is his thoughts in regards to QAnon per se? This group QAnon. This is like the two of he thinks they're doing a good thing. He thinks Q is doing a good thing. But I guess for his own security and physical security, he thinks he's saying QAnon keep doing what they're doing, basically. But I think there's some things that he has to, you know, for his own safety, physically, financially, that he has to kind of slow down. And that was the QAnon type of sensation. But everything else, you know, is pretty on point. He's not there to have people, you know, turn one way or the other. He's just trying to slow, you know, his purpose was to kind of slow QAnon's momentum, but not so much. He's not into the disinformation. So no, James Corsi isn't in the disinformation, but in regards to QAnon is to slow the information. Does that make sense? And he's really on, you know, does that make sense? So I hope that helped. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.